Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Ladies in red. Discuss the latest news, just fans giving their views. This channel is red. They see the bar and raise it, plus they rep for the ladies. Trust it's red. Female voices in football. Red. If you want to talk up, it's a red channel for me and you. Subscribe and tune into the Ladies in Red.
Hi guys, welcome back to Ladies in Red. We are back, Soph and Zeo. Feels like forever. Forever. I'd like to say more signings have happened since the last time we spoke, but that definitely hasn't happened. But yeah, there's plenty to talk about, definitely. But Zeo, firstly, thank you so much for joining me again. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm great, thanks, and congratulations on I don't even know if I should have said that. I don't know.
It's all good. No worries, but thank you anyway. Appreciate
I don't know if you've said it online or anything. I just based it off a WhatsApp picture.
No.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
It's all good. Yeah, I have got different hair ones commenting. I've been to Egypt, as you well know. I had a braids put in my hair. They're still in my hair at the minute. I paid good money, so I'm keeping them in for as long as I can keep them in. So yeah, they're still in. But yeah, Egypt was amazing. If anyone's from Egypt and my followers or have been to Egypt, I'd recommend it. To anybody who hasn't, go there. It was a mad experience. I loved it. Could have stayed for longer. The only down point was I didn't have much internet or anything like that, so I couldn't keep up to date so much as I'd like to. But it seems I haven't missed too much anyway. And I could watch the Euros final there. I was in a bar full of Germans. You probably saw it on my Twitter, literally. So that was an experience, a good experience in the end, but it could obviously turn horribly wrong. But yeah, I'm happy about that, and we'll touch on the Lionesses in a minute as well. But yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back talking. Season obviously starts tomorrow with Arsenal. We are going to touch on the All or Nothing and see if anybody in the chat has watched any of it. But yeah, Zeo, we've got to start with Ronaldo. We've got to start with Ronaldo. Everyone obviously has been talking about it. He left at half-time. Well, I think about 75 minutes, not half-time, but 75 minutes during the game at the weekend. I did put a tweet out because I saw loads of rumours about it, and obviously because I couldn't fully watch it and stuff, I was a bit confused, and I didn't know if it was true or not. The next thing I hear is that it was permitted, the club said they could do it. Him and Delo and a few others also left the box at that time. But then obviously Ten Hag has come out recently and said, actually, no, it's not. It's unacceptable behaviour, and kind of outed those players, in particular Ronaldo, for what happened. So, yeah, I mean, firstly, what's your thoughts on that? Because surely no player has the right to leave during a game, you'd think.
Yeah, my thoughts overall was, did he have permission to leave? Apparently, the answer was no. If he didn't have permission to leave, there's no way he should have left, and it's ultimate disrespect, and everyone should treat it that way. You can't do things like that. If you had permission to leave, bit weird, but still, yeah, cool. You've had permission to leave, you can do what you want. But if you haven't, it's just ultimate disrespect. And based off the information we've received to date, he hasn't had permission for it. So with that in mind, for me, I don't want him here because that's ultimate disrespect. Season hasn't even started yet. You're just already disrespecting the new manager as he's just come in. For me, I want a fresh start. I want to get rid of all the rot in the club and everything. And even if it's one of our legends, not meaning to be that, not meaning he was one of the bad things last season, but if he's going to start off this season on a bad tip, then I don't want him here because I need a fresh start. Whether it harms us in the short term or not, I don't want any bad blood or any discombobulation, any mix-up in the changing rooms, any cliques, anything forming like that. I don't want anything like that. I don't want any bad ill will towards our new manager. So for me, if it's true that he didn't have permission and he left, I don't want him here. He might as well just keep going.
Now hurts, doesn't it, to think
it does,
Ronaldo, yeah. I love to bits, but how can you defend that? If Paul Pogba did that, there's absolute outrage.
You know what I mean? Someone would have killed him already.
Yeah, but it's right. Nobody, even though Ronaldo, you'd say he's bigger than the club. Obviously, he wants Champions League, and I understand that. But you can't. That's disrespectful to not be there all pre-season, and whether it's personal issues and whatnot. Fully, obviously, fair enough. But to leave, can't even stay the duration of one game. The one game that he showed up for in pre-season, in front of the fans. If it is a farewell, surely you'd stay till full time. And if you love the club like you claim to, you'd say goodbye to the fans then. And I think most people would be fair enough. He's come for one game. He left at full time, that's that. But not even staying until the end, I don't know, it baffles me.
You don't even want to watch your own team, your up-and-coming players and stuff like that. Do you get what I mean? Just out of love for football and the team that you play for and support, you don't even want to see to the end of the game. Do you get what I mean? To see how these up-and-coming players are going to play. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's weird.
It's a weird situation. And look, I would love to sit here and defend. And it's not just Ronaldo. Obviously, Delo left. And I know there's a list of others. It wasn't just him. But I think after all the speculation and whatnot, he said the King is playing on Sunday, didn't he, and stuff as well. Like, I mean, how can you defend? You just can't defend that, can you? Like, if we saw that happen at another club, we'd be laughing, saying, you know what, like, they're making a mockery of that club. Like,
yeah.
We can't just accept it because it's Ronaldo. And as much as I love Ronaldo, like I say, and it hurts me to sit here and grill him and say this because genuinely I was praying that he stayed. But if he left, at least I was hoping that he would leave on a respectable note.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And to do that, if this is the last act of Ronaldo, like, it's not good, is it? Like, it doesn't look good as well. And on Ten Hag, like you say as well, like, fair play to him for talking out. I think the consensus is that we all back the manager, don't we?
Yeah, but it does make you wonder, because knowing how professional Ronaldo can be, majority 99% of the time, did somebody else give him permission?
And I hope that is the case. I hope it was a general misunderstanding. I'd like to think that he does love the club. He does love the fans. And he wouldn't be so disrespectful to do that, because it did seem a bit out of the blue. But I already questioned it, to be fair. I questioned, why didn't he say at the start of the window, like, I'm leaving, I want to get Champions League? Why did he wait until the 4th of July, until that news broke? When we could have already been looking for a... Do you know what I mean? Like, the timing was weird.
Promises and
yeah,
signing.
And deep down I was thinking, he loves the club. He's putting pressure on the owners to get signings in. Do you know what I mean? And even to that point, I was still like clinging on to a glimmer of hope that he's trying to do the right thing. Probably going away like a bit of a roundabout way to doing it. But I was thinking maybe it is because he's trying to put pressure on the owners. But when he's doing stuff like that for the new manager, it just doesn't look good, does it? And like I say, I hope that out of all this, there will be a general, I don't know, Ronaldo stays, he plays at the weekend, he scores, and all is forgotten. But I just don't know how he can come back from that if it is that he has just gone out to disrespect. Like, do you know what I mean? I can't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm not going to claim to be a source and say I know what's going on and what's being said, because obviously I don't. And I know already, like, information has been leaked on this, and then obviously it's gone madly wrong. So I'm not going to say anything like that. Obviously, I don't know. I wasn't there. But what I will say is that if Pogba or another player was to do that, there would be outrage, and we can't just accept it because it's Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? It is Ronaldo. He's the GOAT, and we all absolutely love him. But there's a line, and for me, if he has gone, and I keep saying if, because like I say, I'm hoping that there is an explanation to this, but if he has just gone like that, then yeah, there's no way of coming back from it. But we move on. And Ronaldo's kind of linked to this, like I just said, he might play at the weekend. We were all saying Martial would be the one after firing in pre-season, playing a lot of games. God. Partial, I've called him so often because he's in and out of games, in and out of seasons. He's injured again. I mean, firstly, I'm gutted for him, because I feel like he was flying in pre-season. He looked confident, he looked buzzing under the new manager. I already worried about his confidence if Ronaldo just comes back after playing half a pre-season game and then starts over him, like that would knock him. But to then get injured in the manner that he has, a hamstring injury, I believe, like, I'm gutted about that. And yeah, firstly, what's your reaction to that after his pre-season he's had, Zeo?
I'm gutted for him, because he was one, even with my bet with KG, he was one of the ones that I was ticked to do well, more so than Rashford. And I am gutted for him. But it's just typical of Man United. I'm gutted for all of us as fans, because Man United have left us in a position where his injury absolutely cripples us. Because if Ronaldo does leave, oh my God, like, that's it then? What? Literally, there's nothing else other than young players coming through, which you can't just do that to young players. So yeah, I feel bad for him, and I feel bad for us. I don't feel bad for Man United, because they've put themselves in the position now that they're in, like, and it's just a joke.
It's a joke, and like I say, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? Thinking like when Ten Hag came in, the attitude of us was like so much more positive. We're like, things are going to be done different around here. We've got Ralph, we've got Ten Hag. So then being a few days before the season starts, and we still haven't got that midfield that we wanted so badly. Still haven't got another attacking option. Do you know what I mean? We're relying on the same old players, which we simply can't do that. We can't trust them. So, Sully, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, why do you keep assuming that Ronaldo loves our club? This guy didn't even put United in his documentary. We do assume it. Like I say, I'll be my first whole man to say I absolutely adore Ronaldo. And like I say, I'm clinging, and it's more hope than anything, than facts or anything like that he does love the club. But actions like I say, we've seen at the weekend, if it is true that he's done that out of disrespect, then of course you can't do that. You can't do that. I would like to think he would leave on a high note, like I say, and wait till at least the end and say goodbye to the fans. So for him to try and dash out the back door 75 minutes in, it just doesn't feel right to me. And it's really gutting. Football Crew Show said, gutted that he's injured. I'd pick Martial out for my fantasy league. I'm gutted. Lawbreaker, there was a lot of Germans in that room, I'll be honest. Afterwards, a few English filtered in, which made me happy. But yeah, when Ella Toon scored, because Toon is my favourite player, Toon and Russo, obviously I'm biased because United, but the man, I had when she was throwing goal, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, but I thought, no, the keeper's saving this. Like I just didn't think, and the way that she dinked it in a final, yeah, I just lost it. I stood up and I was like, 2-0! Yeah, and then all of a sudden I seen all the Germans like stern face looking at me, and I'm thinking, oh, I'll sit back down. And then not long after, obviously Germany scored, and then it was me who sat in the corner when they were all cheering. So yeah, I'm glad that I was smiling at the end. Let's just say that. But we have to try and think positive, yo. We have to. When I went to Egypt, yeah, I was thinking, I'll come back from Egypt, I'll look on Twitter and we've signed Jong, we've signed a striker, and I'm coming back and I'm seeing the same old rumours, to the fact that I thought time had stood still. I was thinking my Twitter ain't working, I was refreshing and nothing was changing. It's the same old rumours, not much has changed. What are you saying about this Jong deal? Do you pull the plug on it? I know you said ages ago you would have. We obviously were clinging on because we had some kind of inkling, but now the rumours are that he could be heading to Chelsea. Like, do you think he'll choose Chelsea over us, over Ten Hag, if he does leave Barcelona?
I can't answer that bit. I can answer you first. Well, I can't even answer your first bit because it's like, do we pull the plug on it? We don't know what Man United know. They've spoken to him, haven't they? He said something. We can just guess and assume and blah blah. If he said to Ten Hag, yeah, I'll come. I'm just trying to get this money out of Barcelona. Do you get what I mean? I don't know. So I want him to come. Whether he didn't want to come at the start and he's been convinced or not, I still want him to come because I think he's going to come and he's going to play and he's going to be good. If he goes to Chelsea, I didn't think I could laugh at this club anymore. I didn't think I could hate them anymore. And if he goes to Chelsea, that's going to take my feelings of laughter and depression into Man United into a next level. So I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm literally so confused. I keep refreshing, thinking have we signed anyone, and I'm just baffled how our restart has ended up with a left back that I don't personally think is better than Luke Shaw at this moment in time, and a centre back that's going to play instead of Varane. I'm just like, I'm confused. I'm so confused.
Is that what you think? You think it'd be Maguire and Martinez?
Well, that's what I'm seeing people saying. I don't know what I think personally, but I'm seeing people saying that. And that baffles me. So we bought a Varane replacement and a Luke Shaw replacement that I don't think is better than Luke Shaw, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we got Eriksen for free though.
Yeah, Eriksen. I'm buzzing with Eriksen.
I'm buzzing, but he's for free though, and Pogba's gone. And whether you think Pogba's better or Eriksen's better, it's still a swap that. If you get what I mean, we haven't improved or got worse in my opinion.
We haven't got the position in midfield that we need, basically.
No, we've just replaced someone else for either a player that you think's better or not better. Either way, it's still a good replacement for Pogba, but like we haven't fixed anything else. I seen someone say in the comments earlier, our team's worse than last year, and I have to agree with that because all we've really done is got rid of players. That's all we've done.
Yeah, and we were expecting so many to come in as well. I know it's not FIFA, and obviously it's not always realistic to get them done early, but we at least expected a midfielder by now, surely. Like, Paul Woolley here, and I understand this perfectly because I am a yum. Would you take Neves?
Even I didn't get that for a second, and I'm one.
Paul, I would. This De Jong deal's been going on for far too long. I have to agree with the people in the comments saying I feel like he's most likely to go. If Chelsea are in for him, I do feel like he'll go to Chelsea. That London attraction, Champions League football and whatnot as well. So yeah, I do feel like they've got the advantage over us in that deal. The only advantage for us is that we've got Ten Hag. That's literally, right. Do you know what I mean? And he's got to sell his project.
We probably can pay more money in it.
And money, yeah. And obviously, apparently he's not going anywhere until his wages are sorted out as well. Obviously, that issue with Barcelona.
I saw today that Chelsea and United, I don't know how true it is because I don't know sources, but I saw that both of them have said that they'll pay it to him.
It's mad. I'm just sick of I'll be honest, I'm sick as I muted Love Island on Twitter. I might mute De Jong as well because I'm just sick of seeing it. It's just
that's one thing you don't even know he's in the team until he's on the pitch.
Yeah, I'll just wait. First game of season. Like Varane, he can walk out holding the shirt in the first day, I don't mind. But yeah, I would take Neves. What about you, Zeo? Obviously, you're
definitely. I'll take
like me, but
the mad thing is I'll take anyone right now. Like I'll take any midfielder. I would just get every midfielder that we could possibly scrape in. But Neves, I think he's a great midfielder, so I'll definitely take him. Over De Jong, I think it's not my money, but if I was United and money and stuff like that, I'd probably go for Neves instead.
Yeah.
After all this madness and just to get the player in and get him training and blah. But if it's out of De Jong and Neves, if we both could get both of them, definitely I struggle a bit. but I would definitely take Neves. And if you could get both, oh my god, yeah.
They got to fit them all in though. That's the problem. You
I
got to
don't
fit them
care
all in, like
about that.
Everton, Bruno,
We've
Donny.
been so light in that area for so long. I don't care if we pack it out.
Yeah, we literally. I mean, still ain't replaced that. Well, we still ain't replaced. Still ain't got that position that we've needed for so long, have we?
Who is the last person that was playing there? That was meant to be there. Not
Roy Keane.
Matic.
It feels like. It feels like. It seems like that long. Show says Eric is just another manager in a long succession let down by the hierarchy. Talking about Garnacho possibly starting.
Mad,
it's an absolute disgrace.
It's mad. And he did look good. Garnacho looked amazing, but come on, man. Come on, man.
It did look good. For me, Garnacho over Elanga, though.
Based off that last performance, yes.
I've said this before. I don't think Elanga's got that special quality.
What have you seen
I think he grafts and he works hard and whatnot. And obviously, he scored some important goals last year and stuff. And fair play to Elanga. I think he's a good squad player. But I'm talking about ultimate star potential. I think Garnacho just has that something special. Do you know what I mean? Probably not right now, like you say, but long term, I see Garnacho.
I think we'll see because he showed something that game, and he showed that people want him. He showed people, and we're gonna want him to play. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. But talking about him starting the first game of the season, that is an absolute embarrassment, man. Like come on, last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. How are we thinking of starting this guy already? That just shows the hole that we are in.
Well, I think, even though I'm saying Garnacho over Elanga, I think we're both under the illusion of the same agreement that both of these shouldn't be starting. Like, I'm not saying he should be starting. I'm just saying in the pecking order, I would be looking to Garnacho more so than Elanga. But this again has come from that situation with Ronaldo, hasn't it? Because Martial's injured, Ronaldo's not fully fit. Rashford may have to move centrally at the weekend, which then leaves that left-hand side open to someone like Elanga. Where's that squad depth? Do you know what I mean? And that's where we're really lacking. That's the frustrating thing. We've been linked to Anthony all summer. Could have got him. Now, obviously, I know we've been priced out of that move pretty much. We're now being linked to Ziyech. And I'm going to throw that name there as well because I've seen very mixed on Twitter about Ziyech. Rumours are we could get him, I think it's for 8 million or something like that. 8 million from Chelsea. He's worked with Ten Hag before. And obviously at Ajax, he was quality under Ten Hag. Let's not deny that. Like that season in Champions League, he was outstanding. And then he got that move to Chelsea. Never quite hit those heights at Chelsea. He had these mad moments, scored some crazy goals, but consistently never really hit those heights. Maybe a fresh start for him under someone like Ten Hag could be the perfect kind of situation. And he's only going to cost around 8 million. Obviously, wages, I'm sure, will be pricey. But we need another player on that left-hand side. A lot of people are saying no. For me, if we can't get Anthony, well, it's a no-brainer. I would be looking at Ziyech because I just feel like we need a bit more quality on that left-hand side. What's your thoughts on it? And everyone in the chat as well, let me know. Ziyech. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but
8 million. That's cheaper than Dan James wasn't it? Like 8 million, you can't go wrong, really. I personally think that Man United fans are probably saying no because they think you get Ziyech and then all the Glazers and all that, they're going to think, oh yeah, everything's fine now. We've plugged the hole, everything's fine. Where we need more than just Ziyech. Like
I think it just shows how badly run we are. Getting Ziyech, on the obviously, all right side. Basically, I'm talking about wide players, attacking players. But yeah, I think Ziyech gives us a bit of quality, but I think it does show how badly run we are because he obviously isn't our first target there. He was never our first target there. He's just a player that's become available now, and it's almost like a panic buy situation where we know we need somebody. Maybe that's the option we go for, but again, we're not getting our prime targets or the targets that Ten Hag ideally wanted.
Well, Ziyech for 8 million is kind of like you in Egypt when you pass a stall and someone's like, do you want this like $3? And you're like, oh, you know what? I can't go wrong. Let me just buy it. I might want it. Do you get what I mean? It's like, it doesn't really hurt.
What happened with my hair?
8 million don't really hurt United. So like, I feel like you can't go wrong with a player that's shown the quality as Ziyech has shown. Playing at Chelsea, like that's what I mean. He's worth a punch. You can't go wrong with it. So that's why I think they'd be stupid not to do it. But for me, that's not the end all. It's like we've got him. Who next? But with Glazers, it'd be like we've got him. We've done it. That's the issue that I face. So yeah, I would take him because at this moment in time, geez, man.
I guess in my head, I'm thinking going into the season with possibly Rashford as playing a bit part striker. Obviously, if Martial's injured a lot and Ronaldo's not going to be
awful. That is
then that left-hand side. So our choices will have obviously Sancho could play on the left-hand side if you know. Garnacho, Elanga. We'd look a lot stronger going forwards if we had Ziyech in that as well. I'm only thinking if we
Exactly.
don't get anybody else, then yeah, I'd look at Ziyech. Like someone said there, it's worth a punt, and I think that would be my words. It's worth a punt, but it wouldn't be our ideal choice. But again, it is showing how whatever we planned, it just hasn't gone that way, and now we're looking further and further down the pecking order in terms of our signings. And Ten Hag isn't getting his targets, and it's frustrating as a United fan. We never thought we'd get this close to the season and not get most of our business done. At least a midfielder, at least that midfielder.
Yeah. I
What would
didn't
you start
expect
then?
everything. I didn't expect everything, but I feel like everyone, even people that thought we ain't capable and we ain't gonna get much, I think everybody expected more than this.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
look, I know it's not
disappointing
FIFA. I'm not sitting here and saying, look, we should have splashed loads of money on this, that. Like, there's players out there who actually weren't valued that much, who were quality players, definitely improvements on what we could, you know what I mean? Players like Lima, who've obviously been mentioned, like, we just didn't go in for them deals. And it's just, that's the frustrating thing. Look, there have been players there has been bargains out there for us to get. And we've just been nowhere near it. And it does feel very much like we've had all our eggs in the basket with De Jong. Because surely if Neves was in the plans or an option, we'd have gone for him before now. You would
That's
have
what I mean.
fought to embed
I
him
feel
in
like they can
before the
still
season
save it.
starts.
I feel like they can still save it with a De Jong and a Ziyech, or a Neves and a Ziyech. I feel like that you can still be like, yeah, it ain't FIFA. We got Ericsson, De Jong, Ziyech. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
So I feel like they can still save it, but knowing who we are, I just don't think they're going to. I'm just very worried about that. And I feel like, yeah, we'll probably make a big signing in January again. And it's just sort of,
We don't want to get off to a sluggish start. We've done that too many seasons where we just had a slow start. Like, we need to hit the ground running with a new manager, like you say, a clean slate. And we all thought it was going to be the fresh breed of players. And it's just, well, there. Shivan said, I can't believe we're going to be
McFred,
starting with
yeah.
McFred in the midfield.
Again, I can't believe it.
Your face just tells the story of most United fans. Do you think it will be that, though? Like, in all seriousness, do you think it will be that? Or do you think it'll be, I don't know, someone like Fred with Ericsson in there and Bruno in front? Like, do you think they'll go a bit more
I think it'll be.
defensive?
I don't think it will. I think it'll be McFred. I don't know though, but I think it would be McFred, and it's just really crazy. I would never have said at the end of last season when we had Ten Hag in, I would have never said. I thought McFred had no chance. No, I thought one of them would have been sold. One of them, I thought we would have had McTominay and Fred would have been gone. I
hope. I mean, Donny's another one. I'll be honest. Pre-season, and yet to be fair, at the weekend, like I said, I didn't fully watch it. I've seen bits. I've seen a few highlights of Donny and whatnot, and he looked tidy. For me, he still doesn't get the game by the scruff of the neck enough, and I think that maybe he needs to run a games and to be able to do that. He needs to play with quality around him. Maybe Donny could creep into one of those positions, maybe as an 8, and have some. I don't know. If we do sign De Jong sitting in there as well, then that automatically does look like a more offensive lineup. But with McFred in there, like you say, it's just far too defensive. We never for a second imagined we'd be starting this season with them two as our possible midfielders. But yeah, it looks like he's going to be that way. But let's talk about the attacking front. Obviously, with Martial being out, Ronaldo not being fully fit. Obviously, that's probably fitter than most players, let's be honest, because we know that he's an absolute freak in terms of fitness. But with that being said, like, how would you start going forward? Like, what would your front three be if you were Ten Hag going into this weekend? Like, what would you do with that?
So it's obviously Rashford, Sancho. Jeez. Sancho on the right. I think you have to go Rashford in the middle then. You have to, don't you? Or he might... Hold on.
In the chat as well, let us know your views. Get involved, what you think.
This is what I would do. It's Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left, and Bruno in the middle.
You know, I've written that down in my book right here. I've written out my book. Because I was thinking that way, we can get Ericsson into that team as well. But obviously, we need to make sure we've worked on that system, playing that false 9. I mean, I would like to see that. I would definitely like to see that. And then obviously later on, could bring someone like Garnacho on and then put Rashford into that central position if you wanted to.
I really don't want him there, but okay.
You know what? I'll be honest. I thought Rashford looked pretty sharp in pre-season from what I've seen. I'm not obviously it's pre-season and you can't judge him on that. It matters when the season counts. But I think getting a new manager, this is the best possible bounce back that Rashford could have because it's a clean slate, not just for him but for everybody. It's a level playing field. And I think obviously his personal issues have been sorted in that one. And I'm quite excited. I'm not saying like obviously I know he's going to nail it this season, but I'm excited to see how Rashford bounces back from last season because let's be honest, it was awful. We shall see. We shall see. But I think personally, I would rather see Bruno as a false 9 than Rashford playing as a 9. I would rather see that. But
if we can pull it off, yeah.
I mean, Shivan says Ronaldo will start, so Sancho, Ronaldo, and Rashford. I mean, it could be a case that obviously Ronaldo starts and then maybe after an hour or so because he isn't fully fit, like I say, then we do make the rotation where Rashford will probably come into the middle. Someone like Garnacho or probably Elanga being a bit more experienced will come on. But yeah, Garnacho and Sancho should start, says Palladino.
Garnacho should
Thank you,
not
Gaz,
start.
for that. You don't think he'll start?
Well, I don't think he will, and I don't think he should.
You know what? I'd be excited if he did start, though. I always like to give people youngsters a chance, and I'll trust the manager. I know it could go one or two ways, couldn't it? It could be absolutely amazing, and he could really kick on this season and surprise people, or it could prove to be a bit overhyped. And do you know what I mean? I think like it's a risky one, but again, I wouldn't go mad about it. Paul, he says my team is De Gea.
I was thinking, what? You know what? I read that as my team on my fridge. I don't know why I don't like, and then I've realised what he means.
So it's gone. Delo, I'm guessing. Malacia, Maguire, Martinez, Ericsson, Donny van der Beek, Bruno, Sancho, Rashford, Ronaldo up top. So a few people are actually saying that could happen as well.
There's
Elanga,
no way that could be the team.
Yeah.
Ericsson,
Go on,
Van der Beek.
go through them. What you see happening at the weekend, and I'll say mine as well.
Ericsson, Van der Beek. He said Ericsson, Van der Beek. Ericsson, Van der Beek.
Bruno. So Donny, Ericsson,
Bruno.
and Bruno. That's a mad midfield.
Nah, surely not. There's no way we could play that. Sorry, what was you asking me?
So what would you start then? What would your lineup be?
Oh God. So it's that Delo. Delo. Is Varane fit?
Apparently.
Okay, yeah. So Delo,
unless what happens from now to Sunday.
Delo, Varane, Lindelof. Delo, Varane, Lindelof. Luke Shaw. Flipping hell. Van der Beek. McTominay. Bruno. Rashford, Sancho. And if Ronaldo can play, it's Ronaldo.
Varane. I don't think Varane will start. I think Maguire will start as captain.
Yeah, same. But that's my team.
That's what you would start. Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with De Gea, Delo, Maguire, Martinez. I'd prefer it to be Varane, of course, over Maguire. But I think
do you think he's starting, or is that who you would start, or do you think Martinez is starting?
I don't know. I feel like Ten Hag trusts him. You know. Depends on Varane's fitness. If Varane's fit, I think it could well be Maguire and Varane still.
Right.
But if Varane isn't fit, then I think Martinez will come in, yeah. Obviously, we have got Boye there as well. Nobody's really talking about Boye. Left back, Shaw. Midfield, I'm going to go... See, I really want to see Bruno false nine, but I don't think that's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Unless, Curtis made a good point. I was about to say, unless Martinez actually does play in that CDM role, and it's kind of surprising us all.
Is he actually a CDM?
He can play CDM. He can play left back, CDM, and centre back. So he can play CDM.
That would be nice. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I would like to see it too. But do you do that first game and see? We don't know. We're working on the training. Do we? Could do. Yeah, McTominay, because Ten Hag spoke highly of him. McTominay, Donny. Sorry, I'm going for Ericsson. Left, I'm going to go Rashford, right Sancho, and then Bruno's a false nine through the middle. Okay. I like the sound of that.
So this is that's your team in it. That's not who he's going to play.
Oh, no, I don't know who's going to play. I ain't Ten Hag.
He doesn't know.
Yeah. We don't know who's going to be here at that time. De Gea, or he's got to go at half time. De Gea, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, Ghana. Interesting. Ghana.
No chance.
Donny, Ericsson, Rashford, Ronaldo, and Sancho. So a few people putting Ronaldo in there. I guess the reason I was thinking Ronaldo would be risked for a better hour, but after Ten Hag has come out and basically outed him for what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. We don't know what it's like behind the scenes, obviously, but
I just want him to go now. I just want him gone.
I just want a solution. I just want him
gone. Yeah, solution.
I was tired.
You go and break more records, and we'll try and rebuild because we ain't rebuilding and breaking records. Don't go hand in hand.
Yeah. Curler says the smart move is Martinez as a CDM to give us both until we see if we make any more signings. I would definitely be happy to see that. Show
And
said
me.
he'd take Garner all day over McTominay. I'm interested to see how much Garner does feature this season because I do think at Forest he looked quality, and in flashes we've seen he has looked good as well. But obviously we know how Ten Hag rates McTominay as well, so I think his personal comments about McTominay tell me that he's obviously ahead of him in terms of the picking order. But Garner is definitely one for the future, I think. But right now, I
Tell
don't know.
Arsenal fans in the comments to shut up. Yeah, jeez.
They're rattling you.
I
But yeah,
know who it is. That's why you just need to shut up.
so are you gonna watch the All or Nothing
Of course I am.
Arsenal?
Look at him, clown. Look, don't put him on the screen. Take him off the screen, clown.
I watched the first episode. I'll be honest, and I enjoyed it. But I like anything like that. Like I said to you off camera, I watched the Sunderland one as well, and I loved it. Don't know why. I just find it really interesting to be on the scenes. The Salford one as well. That was there a few years ago. So yeah, I watched the first, and it's interesting to see what happens behind the scenes. I'm about to see what happened with the old Aubameyang situation. I haven't seen that yet. Oh, by the way, apparently Chelsea are interested in getting Aubameyang. That would be funny.
That is so
Yeah,
weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is weird.
Barcelona's just a whole weird. I don't know what goes on over there. It's like a parallel universe. It's just weird over there.
It's like the upside down.
Yeah, it's very weird over there. I don't get it. It's just strange. Like they've only just got him. What do you mean, Chelsea? And Mike? It's weird.
Not watching. Nah, Lawbreaker. That can't be true. That cannot be true.
I think it's going to be mega entertaining.
Yeah, Love Island isn't, so that can't be true. AFTV has always given me enough hilarious moments which are Arsenal related. I think that's part of the reason why this Aubameyang thing I find quite funny because obviously Troops he used to say back again and whatnot, and you used to love Aubameyang. So if Aubameyang went to Chelsea, I just want to see how that all unfolds.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just get that popcorn and see. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, but I'm going to get a rival view on Doug. Is in the chat, so Doug, if you want to jump on, I'm going to get him on as a Liverpool fan and just see what his thoughts are about this whole Ronaldo situation, and yeah, how they feel about United going into the season. Because I'm sure when Ten Hag came in, a lot of rivals were thinking, "Oh, United are actually going to make some signings and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with this season." Not saying that we're going to win the league, but saying that we've been more of a challenge. I mean, we got walked over last season in you know what I mean, a lot of games. So
and then our pre-season game against Liverpool, how good we looked with our standard team, thinking, when he gets his players as well. Jeez.
So wait, yeah. That's what I think. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to be too negative because we have got a great manager in Ten Hag. We've got to try and stay positive, but like I say, not being back to the way that we thought he would be going into the season. Like people have said, with a weaker looking team.
Yeah,
like it's frustrating.
But based off what you said, I can agree with you there if they get rid of Ronaldo, because I think Ronaldo can break apart what you just said, that positive feeling and the great manager. I feel like he'll undermine him. Anyway, let's listen to the fan of a team that we shouldn't even be talking to.
Hello, Doug. How are you doing?
Hello, Sophie. Hello, Zeo. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Hope you are both well. Zeo, you're looking very frustrated, I must admit. And,
yeah.
And Sophie, hope you enjoyed Egypt as well.
I did. It was fantastic. Thank you so much, Doug. So you've heard us sulking and pulling our hair out about Ronaldo and whatnot, and yeah, going into this season, not feeling as optimistic as we would have liked with Ten Hag coming in. I mean, as a rival, looking at the United situation right now, like hand on heart, like where do you stand? Like, do you think this Ronaldo issue can be resolved? Do you think he ends up staying, or do you think that's it? Like that's the final now kind of thing?
I thought it was disrespectful to leave after half-time. You shouldn't do that as a football player, I don't think. Unless something has really, really happened for Ronaldo. Yeah. And, if he's been promised something to, leave early. But apparently from obviously looking at it was Ten Hag's comments, I think there was a couple of players left earlier.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. And to be honest, I think, if I'm being honest, I think Christian Eriksen's your best signing of the summer so far. I'm
really excited to see Eriksen, I'll be honest. A lot of people were like, I'm in an hour and saying, we shouldn't get him. But I was thinking on a free, like for me, that's just, I didn't even have to think about that. Eriksen, I think I've really admired for years. After everything what happened with him as well, like it kind of gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling seeing him in a United shirt as well. Like, like kind of like a proud moment. Because I think it shows a bit of balls from him. Do you know what I mean? Like he could have easily just plain sailed at Brentford, coasted really, not really pushed himself, and I think it shows a bit of desire that he fancied the challenge as well to come to United with this new project. So I'm really excited to see him. But yeah, without us signing a striker, obviously, if Ronaldo does go, Martial is injured.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Darwin was a player that we were heavily linked with, and obviously Liverpool have got Darwin now. How are you feeling like in terms of your attacking now? Because obviously a lot of change with Mane going. I'm sure that was a big loss for you guys. So someone like Darwin coming in, who's a very different player, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And I think every Liverpool fan had a bit of a feeling that one of the sort of the famous front three was going to go. I think they probably would have said probably Firmino, Mane, then probably Salah. So the fact is Mane. Look, I think Mane deserved his move to Bayern Munich. I think he definitely needed a new challenge. So obviously wish him well. I think he wanted away in February. I think it was. It's been heavily documented what he wanted away anyway. But Darwin Núñez, I think we have overpaid for him. I think it's quite simple as that. But yeah, the fact you guys were wanting him, and then we came in and took him. United are a little bit short up front. You're putting all the eggs into the Frankie de Jong basket, and I'm very sorry to be saying those words.
He's laughing as he's saying, "I'm sorry." Yeah, doesn't seem very sorry, does he? Yeah.
You must be sick and tired of seeing all these rumors on Twitter. I mean,
nothing seems to change. Like I say, I kept refreshing my Twitter thinking it was lagging or there was something wrong with it because we just kept seeing the same news that I saw the previous week. Like nothing had really changed. The only change was it was seeming more likely about Chelsea.
Can I ask, has there ever been a moment as a Liverpool supporter where you've seen so many rumours like this? Because I feel like as a Man United supporter, it happens nearly every 2 years. It's just a player, we keep seeing this player's name, and it's like a 50-50 up and down whether we get him. It was with Bruno, kept saying Bruno. Then we didn't get him. Then we got in the next time. Sancho didn't get him, got in the next time. I'm thinking like De Jong now, we probably won't get him now and get him later. I don't know if it's ever happened to you as a Liverpool fan.
Well, here is a name that go bring back memories. Yevgen Konoplyanka.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
there was a lot of rumours about him potentially coming to Liverpool. Like everything was done, everything was signed. Yeah, no, nothing was agreed because Ian Ayre at the time decided, oh no, we're going to try and get who was it? Joe Cole.
Yeah.
Thank you. See how well that one turned out. I honestly can't remember a single transfer that's gone on this long. Since obviously it's Jadon Sancho.
And then Bruno.
Wesley Sneijder. I think that still goes on nowadays, to be fair.
Wesley Sneijder.
Yeah, we might actually sign him this summer instead of Frankie de Jong. Who knows? Because that one went on for ages as well.
Yeah, you're probably saying him as a 50-year-old now.
He's right. It's right. It's so frustrating, but Zeo is right. It does feel like we United is just tireless, like constantly being linked to players because we know obviously it sells papers. You know what I mean? It's selling news, isn't it? Because when United's name is mentioned, linked to any player, either they get a new contract or do you know what I mean? Like there's always a positive coming from that, apart from for United fans, because you just get so tired and so sick and tired of seeing that. But can you see Frankie coming to United, or do you think it is that he will go to Chelsea after all this waiting from us?
I'm going to be honest, I think he stays at Barcelona. I cannot see for the life of me him getting his wages at Barcelona. And I think what's going to happen is I think he's going to take Barcelona to court. And I have Barcelona in big trouble. They really need to get players off their wage book. How on earth they are managing to afford all these players, I'll never know. Where's this mysterious money come from? Is it like TV rights? Is it something like that? Somebody tell me, because I've been trying to like look into this research, and all I'm seeing is like the players Barcelona signing.
Super League money. That never happened. All week back.
That's what I think. That's why we're all clinging on now, because we're thinking all this money's coming from somewhere. Is it because of this potential deal with De Jong? Once certain issues get resolved, he is going to go and they're going to get a big lump sum. Because obviously they need to sell a kind of big profile player to try and recoup some of that money. So Frankie seems the most likely to go. So I'm going to ask that question again. If he does go, Doug, I was going to say if he does go, if that is the case, Chelsea or United or somewhere else, could still happen.
I mean, Bayern Munich could be mentioned now, aren't they?
I don't know. I give up.
That's just like you've put all your like eggs into this one basket to get Frankie de Jong, when you should really be looking at like all their targets, like Arsenal been dilly-dallying over Tielemans all summer. Neves, Wolves wanted to let him go, but they don't seem to be getting a suitor for him as well. And I know that this obviously, I know your dad, but I know, Sophie, you're a big fan of Neves, so I think you would probably take Neves.
Yeah, from the start of the window, I'll be honest, my dad, obviously, we always talking football and whatnot, and he said, if Neves goes, it'll be to United. He said that really since day one with Neves. He always felt he looked like a United player, and he always felt that he was destined for Manchester United. So my dad, I really won't mind me saying this, he obviously has a soft spot for United because of me. So I think if he did leave, I think he would be much happier seeing him go to somewhere like United. But I'd take Neves. I mean, we've already discussed him. I would take him. I think he adds quality to our midfield. I think he's shown leadership from a young age, which is something else that we need to add to our squad. So yeah, I would take him. I think if he was the priority, though, or if he was in the plans, obviously we'd have done that long ago. Because, like you say, I feel like that kind of has been there for the taking. Really, it hasn't happened. Why would you wait till into the season till that deal gets done? It doesn't make sense, does it?
It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make sense that Chelsea are going after Fofana either. I think they've left that one way too late. Chelsea's transfer business has been very strange.
Yeah,
very strange.
Chelsea have literally been linked with every player under the sun, a bit like us this window. Obviously, some of the deals they've got done, a lot of them they've been kind of raided at the last minute. But I just can't. It's like Chelsea are playing FIFA. Like literally, every name they've been linked with has been crazy. And Koundé was a weird one.
Like Koundé going to Barcelona. Like there was another one that went to Barcelona. Rafinha, they went in for Rafinha. He went to Barcelona. Like every transfer target that they won is basically going to Barcelona. And Chelsea's transfer business, it baffles me, to be honest. I know Koulibaly is a fantastic signing. Let me get that straight. Sterling is a very good signing. Will he get the service that he did at Man City? I'm not sure, because I think Chelsea are more of a defensive team than City are. And then all of a sudden, like I'm seeing Fofana being linked, and you've left it way too late. Like it's the start of the season on what? Saturday, Sunday for Leicester. He'll probably be in the Leicester side. And it's the same with them, like Cucurella. I don't understand that. When they've got Alonso and Chilwell, what does that mean? Does that means Alonso's going to go? Chilwell's going to go? Like, whoever's making these decisions at Chelsea doesn't have a clue.
They're just spending. But the thing is with Cucurella, which made me laugh, I don't know if you've seen it, Zeo, Fabrizio kind of having like a head-to-head with Brighton's admin, because Brighton, like Fabrizio basically tweeted saying that it's a done deal, there's agreement in place and whatnot. And then Brighton tweeted saying, according to reports, there's been an agreement. There's been no agreement with any club. And then Fabrizio's like replied to Brighton, basically saying like to my knowledge, just something along those lines. And then to fans, they keep saying, "Wait for here we go," and he's full on backing himself, Fabrizio. I hope this doesn't backfire on him, but he's very confident that he is going to Chelsea. But obviously Man City wanted Cucurella as well, and obviously after sending Zinchenko and whatnot, I did feel like that was a deal that would get done, so that kind of surprised me a little bit. Who knows, maybe City could come and hijack this one as well, and Chelsea again get done at the last minute. I don't know. But Zeo, going into the season then, like with the squad now, I know I asked this a few weeks ago, and Doug, I'll ask you the same for Liverpool and for United, but hand on heart, seeing our squad right now, where are we finishing this season in your opinion?
5th.
You know what? That's more optimistic than I thought you were going to be. You pleasantly surprised me then. So you think we're going to finish 5th? Doug, where do you see United finishing?
Believe it or not, I had them between 5th and 6th. I think I actually had them 5th above Arsenal. So yeah, I've gone 5th.
We'll take that. I think the current situation we're in, but obviously Europa League is, you'd think, a priority for us. Winning that trophy and getting back into the Champions League has to be up there. And what about for Liverpool after the business, obviously, that you've done? Where do you see you guys finishing this season? Do you think it's going to be very much you and City again, or do you think Spurs are going to creep up into that, and Chelsea, as we've already mentioned?
I think it will be between us and City again. I think Spurs will have a good season, and I think they'll probably fall off somewhere, because they usually have like a month where they can't seem to win a game. And I think last season, I think it was November, that they didn't win a single game last season. So I think it'll be between us and City. I have City winning the league, unfortunately, just one reason: we need a midfielder badly. Like, if one of Fabinho, Thiago, and Hendo gets injured, you can't rely on Naby Keita, because he's literally an ambulance away from a hospital bed. Curtis Jones is getting injured so much, and you're not going to be able to rely on Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott's way too young. Yes, I know he played more games last season than I think he has for ages, and then obviously got that broken leg at Leeds. And Carvalho, I think it's a very good sign. And Fabio Carvalho, he was very, very good at Fulham. So I'm hoping that he can, do well for us. But at this moment in time, with the squad that we've got, I think we're finishing second.
It's a good shout. Who have him winning the league this year, Zio? Obviously, you've said that we're going to finish fifth.
I think Haaland is going to be an absolute beast. I think City are going to score bare goals. I think, City will do it.
I tell you, someone who's going under the radar, Julian Alvarez. Nobody's mentioning him. I think he's going to have a great season.
You know, I actually forgot until I saw a bit of the Community Shield replays. I forgot they'd even signed him. Because obviously Haaland, there's such a big deal about Haaland coming in, and I kind of forgot that they'd even signed him. But yeah, that's a good shout, definitely. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens with Bernardo Silva as well, because rumours are obviously Barcelona, we talk about them again, but they really want Bernardo Silva.
If Jong goes, signed him?
No,
not yet.
No, he's still there. He's still there.
Okay.
But they've kind of been flirting with each other for a long while now, so I think that deal could possibly happen. But yeah, I think with me, 5th or 6th, I think I was edging more towards 6th, but like I say, I think Europa League, I think we should really focus on, and I think hopefully we can go far in that, win it, and get back into the Champions League with the current squad. I think if we do add in a midfielder, we do get some kind of attacker. Sesko obviously is one that we've been linked with heavily. Then I think I'd be a bit more optimistic. But at the same time, I keep saying it, we've got to try and stay positive. We have got a quality manager in now, in Ten Hag, and we have got some quality players. I know it feels very much like from last season, but we can't base it on last season. Last season was an awful season, but it's been a clean slate for everybody. And I think we just kind of have to put that into the back of our minds and move on from that and focus on the year ahead. And I think it's easy to focus on players and how they played under certain managers last year. But this is under Ten Hag this year, who was a quality manager. And I think that we have to obviously have a bit of faith as well. But there's no doubt about it. We still need a lot of players. We need a lot of positions strengthening. We need a strength in depth, 5 substitutions and whatnot. Like, our bench is nowhere near the other top clubs, is it? Nowhere near. And we have got a lot of young players. And there's some young players like Garnacho, we've already mentioned, Garner, we've already mentioned, who have had brief experience. Elanga obviously had class as well as that, who have got quality. But when you're comparing it to the benches, like I say, of others, there's still many signings that we need to make. But yeah, Doug, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. I'll definitely get you on again soon. Interesting to hear a rival's perspective, because me and Zio obviously are talking from a United fans' point of view, and it gets so frustrating. And I'm interested to hear how other fans look at us at the moment, like the position that we're in. And Zio, thank you so much as always for joining me. If you just let people know where they can find you on all socials, and obviously talk about your shows that you're now doing on Twitch as well. I clocked that you move across for Twitch for those. Let people know where they can find you as well.
So at Leonardo on any social media, and if you want me to add your name into a song on a live stream, then at Leonardo on Twitch on Sundays. Safe.
Yeah, definitely go and check them out. They're fantastic. Big up to Maisie as well. Devils United, go and make sure you give her a subscribe as well. She says, hi, Soph, Zeo and Doug. Hope you had a lovely holiday. Loving the hair. Thank you so much. Thanks, Maisie. I think going into the season, we've got to stay positive. We've got to stay happy. I'm sure Doug is feeling a lot more positive than us right now. So, Doug, shout out, obviously, I'm sure we'll have rival fans in the chat as well. Let people know where they can find your content as well on your channel, and congrats for getting 2K subs as well.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, my YouTube channel is the Dugout Football channel. You can find me on Instagram at Douglas.Horn. Twitter handle is Enrod_992, and I'm also on Facebook at Douglas James Horn.
Go and give them a follow, both of them for sure. And we'll be back again, I'm sure, at some point. Me and Zio, hopefully, into the season, we'll do some regular shows, maybe after games and whatnot. Obviously, we'll have to talk about that. But yeah, the season starts the weekend. Football starts tomorrow. Come on, Crystal Palace. Give us all a smiling start to the season. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, until next time, guys, hit a like on the video, hit the sub if you are new, and take care. We'll see you soon.